What's up, Glads Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Player Signing Show presented by Lippes Mathias. I'm Guy Carenza. We've been doing this show for a while now. We're getting towards the end. Training camp is right around the corner, and the home opener is about a month away. Tonight, we are welcoming back a member of last year's squad to the Gladiators. I think you guys are going to be pretty excited for this one. But before we bring him onto the show, let me tell you newcomers how this show works. First off, I'd like to extend a big welcome back to all of our returning viewers. Happy to have you here. And for those of you who are new here, joining us in a moment is your newly signed Gladiator. I'll ask him a couple of questions to start the show, and then in the second portion of tonight's broadcast, we'll open it up to your questions coming from the live chat. So all you have to do is comment a question down below for our Gladiator, and we'll get to that in the second portion of the show. And don't be shy. You've got a good show coming up. Make sure you got your questions ready. Without further ado, it is my honor to extend a big happy birthday to Tracy Hayes, big member of our booster club. Happy birthday to you. And I think you're going to like this signing here tonight. We've got a guy entering his 13th season of professional hockey and his 5th season as a Gladiator. Now, if that doesn't give it away, he's a left shot forward standing at 5'11", 190 pounds. And he has scored a lot in a Gladiators uniform. In fact, nobody over the last 5 years has scored more goals or points than this guy. Of course, by now you might know who I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to welcome back to the Gladiators, Cody Sylvester. Cody, thank you so much for joining me here tonight.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Happy to have you back. And just tell me real quick, what has it been to you to be a Gladiator, and how excited are you to be back with this team this season?
I'm really excited. I mean, like you said, it's my fifth year joining the Glads, and it just means a lot to me and my family. We've obviously planted roots here. We live here full time now, and just to play pro again for the Glads is amazing, and just to share that experience with the fans and especially my family now. And I got 2 kids, so I'm excited to share that again with them this year.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got your hands full with the 2 kids. Tell me, what have you been up to this offseason?
Uh Man, mostly working. The weekends we kind of try to get out and explore the areas around here and have fun with the kids. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I got a 3.5-year-old, so he's a handful, and a 3-month-old, he kind of just chills out.
You got the 3-year-old skating yet?
We did last year for a little bit, but he's been itching to get back on the ice. He's got his gear here, and we're playing mini six and whatnot. So I think I'll be getting him out quite a bit this season.
Sounds like everybody's itching to get back out on the ice. I mean, home opener is coming up right around the corner, about a month away, training camp, and about half the time here. You've called Atlanta home for a while now, so tell me, what is your favorite thing about being here in Atlanta? What has kept you sticking around?
It's actually where my wife's about an hour and a half south of here, so it's kind of home for her, and just to be close to her family. And I mean, I've gained a tremendous amount of friends throughout the years, and it's just a cool area to be in. You're close enough to Atlanta where you can go in and enjoy the Atlanta scene. I mean, I don't like the traffic too much, but it's just nice to bounce in there. But to live out on the outskirts, you got a lot of things to do in the little towns around. So we've enjoyed it. This is our second home since we've been here, and we're loving it.
Well, we're happy to have you back, and I don't think anybody would disagree with you on the Atlanta traffic. That is pretty brutal. For those of you who are just joining us, Cody Sylvester is back with the Gladiators for year number 5 with the team. I'm going to pull up some tape from last year. You've got a lot of tape to go through. I didn't cut all of your goals. We'd be here all night if I did that. But you did lead the team with 24 goals last season. You led the team in points with 47. Tell me, how do you feel last year went for you personally, and what are you looking forward to the most this upcoming season?
Personally, I mean, last year was okay. It wasn't one of my best years. I'm hoping to have a better year this year, and I mean, obviously, I want to be able to contribute to the team to where we can make a playoff run and hopefully win a cup. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. So, for being a returning player and one of the older guys, and hopefully one of the top players, I mean, I got to produce and score some goals for the team to help us win games.
Yeah, and for you, I mean, you're 2 years removed from that fantastic season where you scored 86 points, set the Gladiator single-season franchise goals record. Tell me, I mean, what do you feel like the goal is coming into this season for you? I mean, you mentioned maybe last year not your best. What would you like to get to this season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously every year you go into the season trying to produce as much as you can to help your team win. And I mean, that was a good year. I felt like that was kind of everything was just clicking every game, and things were just kind of, or all the goals were going in, all the pucks I was throwing to the net just kind of just went in. And I mean, maybe a little bit of that is luck, but I just kind of try and get back to that this year, and trying to have another big year and help our team win.
And throughout the course of your career, you've been a very consistent player. You've been about a point per game throughout the course of your entire career, not just in the ECHL, but over in Europe as well throughout your entire pro career. So, how have you been able to keep that consistency, not just in the ECHL, but I mean, across the globe in Europe? How have you been able to maintain that level of consistency scoring?
Um, yeah, I mean, it's been tough. Obviously, I've played in different leagues, and I mean, you got to adapt to the European style of hockey, where I mean, it's a bigger ice surface, and over here, it's a little bit smaller. So you got to adapt to the style of hockey. And um, I mean, I consider myself a pretty smart hockey player, and I mean, if you can adapt to the game around you, then you'll be pretty successful.
And it's interesting that you mentioned adapting. And obviously, this is year 13 for you. What do you think has been the biggest difference in your game, your style of play from maybe year one to now? And how has the game itself changed since then?
It's definitely changed a lot. I mean, it was a lot rougher and tougher my first year, and I mean, especially in the East Coast, it's a little hard to say because my first year we only played with 10 forwards, and now it's gone to four lines. So it was a little bit different back then, where I mean, you're kind of going all out the first couple periods, and then by the third period, everyone's kind of gassed, so you can kind of find the open ice, and if you're a smart player, you can take advantage of that. But now it's, I mean, they've put the rules in where it's four lines, so it's kind of back to normal hockey. And again, I mean, you got to adapt to the new rules and be a smart player out there. And I mean, you got to pick and choose your opportunities. I'm an older guy now, so I'm not as fast as I was. So you just got to play the game smart.
Well, I mean, you still got that hockey IQ. It's pretty sharp. And we saw in some of those clips, you seem to be in the right place at the right time. Is that something that you kind of try and teach towards some guys coming just out of college? And how do you teach something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I was watching those clips. A lot of those were power play goals. So, I mean, hopefully Ginner puts me on the power play this year, and I can score a couple goals in that spot again. But, um, I mean, yeah, you're every young guy that comes into the league, you're obviously teaching them. And I mean, I was taught by older guys when I came into the league, and I mean, you could either listen to them or not listen to them. And I feel like I kind of bent my ear to those guys and listened to what they had to say. And I mean, everyone that's older you has more experience than you. So I mean, I would preach to them just to take what you can from older guys. And I mean, if you don't want to take what they give you, but I mean, it's usually a good thing to take what they can teach you.
Yeah, and you started your career out in Wheeling with the Nailers, spent some time in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton as well. Who are some of those guys that, you know, gave you some advice towards the beginning of your career to kind of help you out, kind of just like what you're saying now?
Um, I mean, when I was up in Wilkes-Barre, I had Tom Kasopoulos there. He was the captain, and he was an unbelievable guy. And I mean, not just a player, but just off the ice, just as a friend. He kind of sticks out to me as a guy that just kind of brings you in, even if he knows you for 5 days or he knows you for 30 years. He was just a very humble guy, and he teaches you a lot about the game. And I actually played hockey this summer in that three ice league with Brian Gibbons. He played a lot with Penguins and I think New Jersey for a bit. He was a great guy when I was up there too. And I mean, just the older guys in general. I mean, they treated me pretty well as a young player coming.
Well, that's awesome. We're happy to have you back this season with the Gladiators. For those of you who are just joining us, Cody Sylvester returns to the Gladiators for the 2025-26 season. Make sure you get your single game tickets. They are available now. Go to atlantagladiators.com, pick your day, pick your night, and we will see you this season. Make sure you check out the promo schedule as well. Got a lot of really good theme nights on the docket this season. And if you're thinking about a little bit more than just one game, maybe check out a season ticket package. We've got full season, 18 game, 12 game, even 7 game. There's something for everybody. So call 770-497-5100 for more information, and one of our great ticket reps will get you taken care of and ready for this upcoming season. We kind of touched on it before, but you did spend some time playing over in Europe. What was that experience like for you, and what was your biggest takeaway from that time in Europe when you decided to come back to North America?
I loved Europe. I mean, I had an unbelievable experience over there. I mean, just to see the world as you're playing the sport that you love to do is amazing, and not a lot of people get the opportunity to do that throughout their lives. And I mean, I spent a year in Austria, and then I spent, I think, 4 years in Germany, or 5 years in Germany. I mean, I absolutely loved Germany. It was a great time. We had off time to where we can travel and see all parts of the world. So that was amazing. But the hockey itself was really cool. The stadiums, the crowds were unbelievable. They treat it pretty much like a soccer game. I don't know if you've seen a soccer game, whatever, with all the fans singing and chanting. Um, I don't know. It was just every game that you went into, it felt like a playoff game just from the atmosphere.
That sounds incredible, and it sounds like you're a big travel guy. What was the favorite thing? What was your favorite thing that you saw making your rounds around Europe?
I've been asked that a lot because we've seen a lot of places, but I'd probably say Rome just because of the history and culture there and all the old structures there, and it's amazing to be able to look at those structures and just be in awe on how it was built when they didn't have the technology that we do now, and just the history itself was pretty cool. It was awesome.
Yeah, that does sound like an amazing sight to see. And you did get to play with your brother while you were in Europe. What was that experience like for you, and what kind of impact has he had on your hockey career?
Yeah, my older brother's been a pretty big role model for me throughout my whole career. I mean, I tried to follow his footsteps since I was 16 years old. I looked up to him. I wanted to do everything that he did. I mean, he was a great player, and he had a awesome career. He played in the HL for many years, and then he ended up going to Europe, and like you said, we got to play with each other for 2 years, and I got to play with him his last year as a professional hockey player, which was pretty special for the both of us.
Yeah, and hockey's a small world. You make a lot of friends in this business. You made one over in Germany, Mike McNamee. We were talking to him last week.
Mhm.
What was it like playing with him? He kind of mentioned that you were one of the reasons that brought him back to pro hockey and brought him here. So, describe your relationship with him.
Yeah, Mike and I are really good friends. We had a blast over in Europe together. We were always hanging out, and I think my wife and I took him as our child over there. He was always over hanging out, and we loved it. We became great friends. We kept in touch when he decided to retire and pursue his music career, and hopefully he can play some gigs for us this year. He's an unbelievable musician. So, but yeah, he's a good buddy of mine. We've kept in touch throughout the years, and he was chatting with me trying to get back into hockey, and I was like, man, you just got to do it. If you miss the game, you got to come back and play. And I was like, come to Atlanta. It's close enough to home, and you can bring your girlfriend with you and enjoy another year playing with each other.
It sounds like a pretty good deal, and the fans have already tried to convince him, by the way, to sing the national anthem. So maybe try and sway him that way, get him to do it. But sounds like you guys have a great relationship. And last broadcast when we talked to him, the fans were trying to get a story about you out of him. He said we might have to save it for another time. So I'll ask you the other end. Do you have a story about Mike that you can share here on the broadcast?
Um, yeah, I can. I mean, there's lots of stories with Mike. I mean, not hockey related. I remember I had a good friend of mine and his wife visiting at the time. Is my best friend from back home from Canada, and they came over and they knew he played music, but he he always brought his guitar over because I always told him, I'm like, bring it over. I want you to play some songs or whatever later on in the night. And he pulled it out and he started playing. We're all having a good time, and I look over at my wife's girlfriend and she's crying. She starts crying and tears are coming down her face because she was enjoying it so much. So I mean that's a good story for Mike because he pursued his music career, and that just shows how good of a musician that he actually is. And hopefully, like I said, maybe he will sing the national anthem, but hopefully we can hear him and play some actual music of his own throughout the year because he's written some good songs.
Yeah, I can attest to that as well. I've listened to some of his stuff with Boston Levi. Kind of shifting back to you, you've played a lot of games in a Gladiators jersey, over 200 of them. What has been your favorite moment so far as a member of the Gladiators? Did we lose him?
You're kind of cutting out there. Did you ask
There.
what my
Okay.
favorite moment has been as a
Yes. Yeah.
gladiator?
Yep. Not sure if it's you or me. I think it might be me. We've had issues in the past. Just ask Coach Ginn about that. Hopefully we get things squared away. But yeah, I asked you what your favorite moment was as a gladiator.
Um, okay. Um, I would probably say that's a tough question. Probably when my son came to the game for the first time and actually realized that it was me on the ice. Um, he comes to the warm ups and stuff, and I go to the glass and interact with him. And at first, he thought it was just some random guy coming up. But when he actually realized that it was his dad on the ice, that hit home for me.
No, that's really cool. That's such an awesome moment. Looking forward to more of those this season. And now we'll take the moment to turn it over to the fans and see what questions they have for you here tonight. We've got a lot in the chat, so let's get to it. And for those of you who are new, make sure you drop your question for Cody Sylvester in the live chat. And let's get right to it. So, good evening to everybody in the live chat. Happy birthday, Tracy. First question comes from Penn Campbell. It's been a while since you asked a question, Penn. Happy to have you back. He asked, what are you most excited about this upcoming season? Oh, hopefully, we didn't lose him again. We've had network errors in the past here. Again, ask Coach Ginn about that. We did do one of the coaches shows with Coach Ginn here, and the Wi-Fi went out. So if you can believe that, all the way over here at Glad's HQ, we from time to time do some technical difficulties, but we'll see if we can get Cody back here in a second. But in the meantime, let's talk about what he's been able to do in a Gladiators uniform because he's one of the franchise's best when it comes to putting goals in the back of the net. With Atlanta, 101 goals, 121 assists, 222 points in 232 games. So again, Cody's been very good at scoring in a Gladiator uniform. Hopefully, we got you back now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm back now. Yeah, sorry about that.
Thanks for sticking around. No, you're good, man. Like I said, we've had problems here in the past, so I appreciate you working through it. Penn Campbell asks, what are you most excited about this season?
Just getting back on the ice. I mean, it's a long off season, especially when you don't make. So I'm just excited to get back on the ice with the guys and see you fans out there for the first game, and um, I want to have a great year and
Stadium Arena asks, who is your favorite Ottawa Senators player? think we might have lost him again. Hello?
Can you hear me? So I'm trying to move to a different spot. Maybe that'll be better.
Appreciate that. Thanks for giving us the nature walk there. Looks like you got some good scenery out there.
All right, this might be a little better.
All right. Appreciate you. Stadium Arena is asking, who is your favorite Ottawa Senators player?
I personally don't like the auto centers, but if I had to pick one, it'd be Giroux.
Good answer. And I guess what team did you root for growing up?
I was always an Avalanche fan. I always cheered for Sakic and Forsberg.
Sweet. And Fen Fellis asks, I like your hat. Is that something that is for sale?
That's a question you'll have to bring up with the organization. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Hello there.
He's my
What's
little
your
man.
name?
What's your name?
Fish.
Brooks.
Brooks, are you excited for hockey season?
Are you excited for hockey?
Yeah.
You say go Glads.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Well, next question comes from Daphne. What is the inspiration behind the hat design?
The inspiration, it's just a Gladiator logo. I've actually started my own hat business. It's been in the works for about a year and a half now. I've made quite a few hats. Actually, I made some for Tracy. I think it's her birthday today, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Tracy. I actually made some for her and the booster club that they did. I think what was it called? The Jamboree. They held the Jamboree for all the booster clubs throughout the league, and they all came in, and she got some hats made. So it's been pretty fun. I mean, I just specialize in the leather patches. So yeah, if anyone wants hats made, let me know.
That is a very sharp design. I do like it. Karen asks, what is the best advice you've ever been given as a hockey player?
Ooh, the best advice. Um, to have a short memory, I guess. Win or lose, there's always that next game. It could be in this league, it could be 12 hours from then, but I'd say yeah, just to move on and try and look forward to the next game. Don't live too high or too low on the game in hand.
Joe Mama asks, what is the best type of bread?
I personally like sourdough.
Good answer. Stadium Arena asks, what is your favorite Italian food? Sticking with the food questions.
Favorite Italian food. I like a vodka pasta and chicken parm.
Kyle Davis asks, what is your favorite team to play against?
I don't really have a favorite team to play against. I don't really like any other teams. So if I had to pick maybe an arena to play against, would Savannah's pretty fun. It's a pretty newer arena, and I mean it's pretty electric in there every night.
A lot of people have complimented the Ghost Pirates Arena, saying that it is a fun place to play. So definitely looking forward to that. Daphne asks, are you a dog or a cat person or both? And do you have any pets?
I am 100% a dog person. I don't like cats. I do have a dog. He's a golden doodle. He does not shed. I can't stand the hair in the house, so that's why we have a golden doodle.
Sweet. Fuzzy asks, of all your past and present teammates, who is the sharpest dresser and who needs help with their wardrobe?
I'm trying to think of last year because I can't think that far back. Who's a sharp dresser last year? I think Carbs was always looking pretty sharp when he came to the rink. Carabia. Who is the worst? Probably Deno. I don't think I may be wrong. Don't quote me on. I'm usually one of the first ones there, so I don't really see everyone coming in. But I see like the pictures and stuff of them coming in. But I'm thinking of Deno just because he's a pretty carefree guy, and I can't really see him dressing up too much.
We had him on yesterday, so happy to have him back as well. Kyle Davis asks, who is the one person you miss playing with?
I would say my brother. It was a lot of fun to be able to be on the ice with him every day, and especially because I don't really see him too much anymore. Seeing how he lives in Canada, I live in the U.S. So I really cherish those times and those days with him.
Sylvia asks, did you pick up a lot of German in your time in Germany?
I've been asked that a lot, and no, I did not. I know how to order a beer. Probably the most important thing to know, but
Right.
my wife actually picked up a lot more than I did, and she wasn't around as much as I was. So I kind of feel a little bit stupid on that part, but I mean, it is what it is. She's a pretty smart lady.
You just rely on a translator then.
Well, our team, all the Germans on our team, they spoke English. So, I mean, they would speak to each other in German, but they always spoke to us in English. So it wasn't like a language that we had to learn unless we wanted to learn it to go out and eat and whatnot. So it was a pretty easy time in Germany. Everyone spoke English.
Gotcha. Richard Elmore asks, what has been the best and worst themed jersey you have worn with the Glads?
You put me on the spot. I can't say a worse one.
Let's go with the best one then.
The best one, I don't know if this counts, but obviously the Thrasher jersey. That's not a theme though.
I mean, I think it counts.
If that counts, I'll do that one.
John asks, any ECHL player you love playing against? And is there a player that knows how to push your buttons and make you irate on the ice?
Not really. I mean, I'm sure I'll have some fun with Drevich that was on our team this year. He's in Orlando this upcoming season. He doesn't really know how to push my buttons, but I just know he's a pest out there. So I'm sure we'll have some good laughs.
And you're not the first person to say that. It seems like everybody's looking forward to the Drevich reunion. So I'm looking forward to it as well. Amy asks, being a Canadian, are you Labatt's, Molson, or Moosehead beer kind of guy?
If I had to pick one of those three, I would probably go with Molson.
Sticking with food and drinks and everything of that nature, Joe Mama asks, is a Pop-Tart considered ravioli? I think this might be a trick question.
A Pop-Tart. Isn't that a breakfast? That's breakfast food, not?
Mm-hmm. I think it's going along the lines of they're both similar style foods in that they both have a filling. So
I got you. I would say no, because I would never eat ravioli for breakfast.
Fair enough. I would agree. Would you rather play an entire season wearing figure skates or goalie pads?
Figure skates.
Got to be able to skate. Helps to have those on while you're playing. Goalie pads probably just slow you down. Fuzzy asks, how does 3 ice help you prepare for the season?
Actually quite a bit. It's obviously a competitive league and a really good league. You got a lot of good players out there, and you're not just sitting at home going on the ice practicing drills and whatnot. You're actually playing games. So every time I've played 3 ice, it's led into a pretty good start for the season for me.
Fen Fellis, wonder who that could be, says in the 2022-23 season, a game in Jacksonville, very specific, you threw your stick across the bench at Benny, who jumped 15-ish feet in the air to catch it. And can you elaborate on that? And how impressed were you at his athleticism?
Yeah, I was actually very impressed. He's a big man, and I I think he was talking, Benny was talking to me about that earlier this season. We kind of had a good laugh at that. I think it was, I think he told me this. He said it was when I was going to break the goal record or whatever. And I think I let him tape my stick that night, and I missed like an empty net, wide open net. And I came back to the bench and I harpooned it at him down the bench. And I think he's elaborating a little bit that it was way up in the air, but he said he had to jump for it or it would have went over the glass. And I mean, if he did, then that's a pretty good athleticism by him.
I mean, that's incredible. Don't count out Ben Ellis for anything. I think that guy can do just about anything. Richard Elmore asks, do you lace the right or left skate first?
Left.
Are you superstitious at all?
Not really, but I think that's just a habit of mine. I think I've tried to go over it in my head. I think I just do everything left first.
I mean, you got to have a good routine. I think by now you probably nailed it down. So what does your game day routine look like?
It's kind of changed a little bit now with kids, but obviously you go to pregame skate in the morning, you come home and kind of just hang out for a little bit, try and get a nap in. I usually eat before my nap, so I'll eat, then have a nap for, I mean, if it's 20 minutes, if it's 2 hours, however long I can. I'll wake up, maybe have a little snack before I head to the rink, and then head to the rink around. If it's 7 o'clock game, we got to be there by 5. I'm usually there by no later than 4:30, and then kind of just get there, have a coffee, hang out for a little bit, take the stick. A couple of years ago when I had Mike Pellick here, we played ping pong to warm up, which was great for the hand-eye and whatnot. A lot of guys play soccer, but I kind of just hang out now and get warmed up, stretch, and then then it's game time.
Sweet. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you at game time this season. Coming up in just about a month, October 18th, the home opener. Cody Sylvester is back with the Gladiators. Cody, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me here today. Can't wait to see you back out on the ice.
Of course, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Well, guys, there you have it. Cody Sylvester is back with the Gladiators for the 2025-26 season. This is going to be his 5th season with the Gladiators, and as most of you know by now, he has done a lot of damage in a Gladiators uniform. 101 goals, 121 assists, 222 points in 232 games. And as we talked about before, very consistent. This is a guy that knows how to put the puck in the back of the net, and we'll see him do it plenty of times this season, I am sure. And he is very consistent throughout the course of his entire career, as we touched on before. 526 points in 623 career pro games. Looking forward to seeing number 16 back out on the ice this season for the Glads. That'll wrap up this edition of the Player Signing Show, but we do have more in store for you this week, including tomorrow's special edition of State of the Glads, the season ticket holder special, live tomorrow at 6 p.m. here on our YouTube channel. This one is specifically for season ticket holders. You'll get to know all about your benefits, talk about the upcoming season with the president, Jared Youngman, and the director of ticket sales, Trevor Wimmer. And we'll also have a Q&A session as well in case you have any questions about your benefits for this upcoming season. So make sure you are with us here tomorrow at 6 p.m. on YouTube. And make sure you stay tuned for that special information. And we're back again here on Thursday night at 6 p.m. for the Player Signing Show on Thursday. So we got a lot for you here this week. Make sure you follow us on social media as well. We're on X, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, and of course, right here on YouTube. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you back again here tomorrow for State of the Glads at 6 o'clock p.m. I'm Guy Carenza saying good night and so long, and we'll see you back again here tomorrow. This has been the Player Signing Show presented by Lippes Mathias. See you all next time.